The founder of Amicole, Jaran Jai, has been hired by Skims to be the executive vice president of beauty and fragrance for their Skims beauty brand. So much to get into, so much to get into. Now, in a world where LVMH is shopping around the idea of selling their 50% stake in Fenty Beauty, which was a brand built on the idea of inclusion within beauty, and Amicole shutting down earlier in this year, which is also another inclusive brand, we have Skims Beauty now being launched under the idea that they want to be so inclusive that they've gone and hired the founder of an inclusive brand. I have so many thoughts on what the idea of an inclusive brand looks like today when being an inclusive brand is no longer a USP. I feel like the industry has moved so far that now being inclusive is a prerequisite. It's not a differentiator, which is why potentially LVMH are looking to exit their investment into Fenty Beauty, because the idea of inclusiveness or inclusivity is no longer as profitable as it may have been before. And that's not me saying inclusive brands are not important. It's two different things. I feel like in the beginning, when you had Fenty Beauty and so many other brands, including Amicole, pioneering that idea and pushing the bigger brands to, extend and expand their shade ranges, at that time, it was big business if you only have a handful of brands that are truly inclusive. Whereas now, so many brands are, you're going to need more than that idea of inclusivity as a selling point or a USP. We now have to actually make sure that, the products are as good. And that's, again, not also me saying the products are not that good. I'm not trying to conflate issues here. I'm happy at the idea of a black woman whose business, went under earlier this year, has landed on her feet in an amazing role. I'm sure she's going to be compensated very well. She's going to be in rooms with people and it would open so many doors for her. I would have really loved, as part of the announcement, to hear that there is potentially an investment into her own brand, Amicole, and we can, it was going to close down and now it's not, and we're going to open and we're going to expand, and maybe Skims or Skims Beauty actually acquire the business or, take on a significant stake. And when I was thinking about this I thought about, which is kind of not really a parallel, but Hailey Bieber's brand Rhode was acquired by e.l.f. with, of course, significant investment to push the brand further than it already is today. But not only did they acquire the business, put in that investment, they also gave Hailey Bieber a role as strategic advisor at e.l.f. So that could have been similar here, where you see the value in somebody, you give them a role at your company because you know the power and what they can do, but you also say, hey, I actually want to invest in you. I think so many things can be true at the same time. Like, we can be so happy for her, but then also have a bit of a I wish it wasn't Skims Beauty, especially because of, the history of that family exploiting and profiting off of black culture. It just feels a bit, it just feels like a new iteration of the very same thing.